Time is relentless, yet humanity found a way to capture it, wear it, and even flaunt it. Watches are more than tools. They are stories strapped to our wrists. This video unravels the epic tale of watches, from ancient sundials to modern smartwatches. Stick around to discover how these tiny machines shaped history, culture, and style. Welcome to Objectified, where everyday objects get their moment in the spotlight. Today, the focus is on watches, those intricate devices that do far more than tell time. They reflect craftsmanship, innovation, and human ambition. This journey explores their origins, evolution, cultural impact, and some surprising facts that might make you see your wristwatch differently. Let's wind up and dive in. The story of watches begins long before mechanical gears. Ancient civilizations tracked time using shadows. Sundials, used by Egyptians around 1500 BCE, relied on the sun's movement to mark hours. These were not portable, but they laid the groundwork for timekeeping. Water clocks followed. With dripping water measuring time in places like ancient China and Greece, these early devices were about function, not fashion. By the Middle Ages, monks needed precise timekeeping for prayers. This demand sparked innovation. Around the 13th century, mechanical clocks appeared in European monasteries. They were massive, often requiring entire towers. The idea of a portable clock was still a dream. In the 16th century, that dream took shape. German locksmith Peter Henlein is often credited with creating the first portable timepiece, known as the Nuremberg egg. These early watches were not wristbound. They hung from chains or sat in pockets. Accuracy was poor, losing hours daily, but they were a marvel. Wealthy nobles flaunted them as status symbols, not practical tools. The 17th century brought precision. Dutch scientist Christiaan Huygens invented the pendulum clock in 1656, improving accuracy dramatically. Watchmakers adapted this idea, using balance springs to regulate timepieces. Suddenly, watches could keep time within minutes, not hours. The 18th century saw watches become art. Swiss watchmakers, like Abraham Louis Breguet, crafted intricate designs with features like self-winding mechanisms. These were luxury items, adorned with jewels and gold. Only the elite could afford them. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. By the 19th century, mass production made watches affordable. American companies like Waltham and Elgin churned out pocket watches for the masses. Railroads relied on them to keep schedules, making timekeeping a societal necessity. Wristwatches emerged during World War I. Soldiers needed hands-free timekeeping in trenches. Brands like Rolex and Omega met the demand, creating durable, practical designs. By the 1920s, wristwatches were fashionable for both men and women. The 20th century brought technological leaps. Quartz watches, introduced in 1969 by Seiko, used vibrating crystals for unmatched accuracy. They were cheaper and more reliable than mechanical watches, sparking a quartz crisis that nearly bankrupted traditional watchmakers. Swiss brands fought back with luxury and heritage, redefining watches as status symbols. Today, smartwatches dominate. Apple, Samsung, and Garmin offer devices that track fitness, send texts, and even make calls. Yet, mechanical watches endure, cherished for their craftsmanship. The watch industry blends tradition with innovation, proving timekeeping is timeless. Watches are more than gadgets. They are cultural icons. In the early 20th century, a Rolex was a symbol of success. Hollywood stars like Paul Newman wore them, making models like the Rolex Daytona legendary. Watch collecting became a passion, with rare pieces fetching millions at auctions. Watches mark milestones. A gifted watch often celebrates graduations, weddings, or retirements. They carry emotional weight, passed down through generations. In some cultures, specific brands signal social status. A Patek Philippe in Switzerland or a Casio G-Shock in Japan speaks volumes. Watchers also reflect identity. Divers wear rugged dive watchers. Pilots favor chronographs with tachymeters. Even smartwatchers signal texaveness. From James Bond's Omega to Tony Stark's smartwatch, pop culture cements watchers as symbols of style and personality. Did you know the most expensive watch ever sold was a Patek Philippe Grandmaster chime, auctioned for $31 million in 2019? It has 20 complications, including a perpetual calendar. The first wristwatch was made for a woman. In 1810, Breguet crafted one for Napoleon's sister, Caroline Murat. Men stuck to pocket watches until the 20th century. Quartz watches nearly killed the Swiss watch industry. By the 1980s, Japan dominated with affordable, accurate models. The Swiss survived by focusing on luxury and craftsmanship. Smartwatches have roots in the 1980s. Casio's calculator watches let users crunch numbers on their wrists. They were geeky, but they paved the way for today's tech. The ticking sound of a mechanical watch comes from the escapement, a mechanism that releases energy in precise bursts. It's like the heartbeat of the watch. Watches are a testament to human ingenuity. From sundials to smartwatches, they have evolved with us, reflecting our needs, tastes, and dreams. They remind us that time is precious, whether measured by gears or pixels. The story of watches is not just about technology, it's about how we value every second. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of watches, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Objectified for more stories about the objects that shape our lives. Drop a comment below. What's your favorite watch? Or do you even wear one? Thanks for watching Objectified. Until next time, keep exploring the stories behind the things we use every day. See you in the next video.